Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Today we want to talk about the Excel environment. So this is the Excel interface. These are the ribbons of Excel. Excel is typically a data manipulation software that helps us to arrange our data in a tabular form. Now, Excel is made up of columns, and these are the columns. The columns are labeled alphabetically A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. And also rows. The rows are labeled in numerically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, when a column meets a row, we call it a cell. For example, if I write my name here, this is no longer a column or a row. This is now a cell and it's called cell C5. So the intersection of a column and a row is called a cell. Now this is a cell. This is cell E4. This is cell C2. This is cell C11 and so on. Now, when we bring when we've used all the cells, we've input data in all the cells, we call it a worksheet. Now this is worksheet 1. We have worksheet 2, we have worksheet 3, we have worksheet 4. So this worksheet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we bring cells together in a particular place, it is called a worksheet. Now you can also rename your worksheet. We can decide to name this page 1. You can also right click and add a tab color. Make it red, make it yellow, any color of your choice. That is a worksheet. Now, a collection of different worksheets is called a workbook. When we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we come to file and we save as, wherever you want to save your file to, we now call it a workbook. So that's all for that. Let's go into the business of the. Now I want to just do common functions. Let's just try and format this. So let's write function here. Click on it. Let's make it bold. Let's make this 22. Can decide to add a color to it. Let's click this. We can also decide to change the font color. You do that like this. So that's just a little formatting on Excel. So we want to look at the first function, addition. We're going to look at it in 3 different ways how we can use it. So let's take a random number. Let's take 3 and let's take 7. Now to do this, we can say now for every formula you want to start a formula or function you want to use in Excel, you need to start with the sign equals to. That tells Excel that you're about to input a function, you're about to input a formula. So equals to, and we can just say 3 plus 7 and click on enter, and we have 10. That's one way. Second way, we can do equals to and go and tap on each of the cell. This plus tap on the next cell, this, and we also still have 10. The next way, we can call the cells equals to, this is cell B3, so write B3 plus, and the next is cell C3, C3, enter. Now, 3 different ways, but we still actually got the same results. 3 plus 7, 10. Next, we're going to do subtraction. Subtraction is the same way as we did addition. We are just going to change the symbols. So I will do this as fast as possible. Let's say 7 and we have 3. So equals to 7 minus 3 and we have 4 here. Or equals to, click on the cell minus, oh sorry, minus, click on the cell, we still have 4. Or equals to this cell B7 minus, and this cell C7 4. So next, let's do multiplication. So we're going to do this fast because this is easy for anybody to achieve. So I won't really spend much time here. So let's say 7 and 3 or so. So I won't write it down. I'll just go and click on it. Equals to 7. To get your times here, you use shift 8 times 3. Enter. Next, equals to this times this. Enter. Next, equals to, this is B7 times C7. And we still have the same result. So let's do division. So but for division, so equals to 7 divided by 3, and we have 2.333, or equals to this divide this. We have this also, or equals to B7 divided by C7, and we still have this. So the next function we're going to use is the raised to power. Raised to power. Let's just write that. Now we're still going to use 7 and 3. So we want to do 7 times 7 times 7. So equals to 7. The formula, the key for raised to power is shift 6. So 7 raised to the power of 3 equals 343, or equals to this raised to power of this. Still call the same answer, or equals to B7 raised to power C7. And we still achieve this. So next, let's go to fill option, or what we call the flash fill. Now, instead of writing 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to write up to, let's say, 20. There's an easier way to do that with the fill option. So just write 1. Let's give it a name here, 6. Fill option. Okay, just write 1, enter, write 2. Now, come back here, and where you see this blue dot activated, you drag down, and we have 1 to 20. Now imagine we want to use it as the range of 50. So I want to do 50, 100, 150, 200. Now you just need to write 50 and 100. Excel is smart enough to tell it that the range you want to use, is the range of 50. So we do this 50, 100. So come down here and we do what? We drag this, and we have this. So let's say we want to do the range of 100, 200, 300. So we just write 100 and we write 200. Take it up and we still do what? Drag down. So for any number you want to write, just write the first two range and Excel will do the rest for you. Next, we want to talk about working with a table and working with a range. So, and that's number 7 then. Table, order, let's say range versus table. So let's see what a range is. If we have 3 here and we have 6, so let's drag this down to here. Okay, let's say we have 2 here and we have 4. Now let's say we want to add 3 plus 2, so equals to this plus this. Now, to get the orders, we have to do what? Drag it down to get the order for the formula to replicate itself. Well, now let's look at working with a table and we'll see the difference. So this is a table. Let's create a table. So we have 3, we have 6. Let's drag it down. And we have 2 and we have 4. Let's drag it down. Now this is a range, so we're going to convert a range to what? A table. To do that, highlight this. Hold on, I think we missed something here. Okay, to do that, we're going to highlight this. And there are two ways we can achieve this. Either we do Control T and it's asking you, my table has headers. Our table doesn't have an header, so we just go and do, we don't need to check this. We do what? Okay. And this is a table already. Now let's check what is in column 1. We can see what is inside a table, even without scrolling down. So let's do the same formula we did with the range. So 3, equals to this plus this. Now you see it automatically filled the entire table without us dragging it down. So that's the advantage of working with a table instead of working with a range. Okay, so let's go to something different. Let's go to predefined functions in Excel. Before we do that, let's create a border around this what we've created. Highlight it, come here and go to tick outside border. We want a tick border here. And let's write formula here. Now, instead of going through the same rudiment of formatting formula as we formatted the function, we can just copy the same formula to be replicated here. How do we do that? Now, click on this, on the function you want, this particular one that you want to replicate. Now, click on your home and you will come to where we have Format Painter. Click on the paintbrush and it follows you. Let's do that one more time. Click on this. Click on this. Once you see those dots rolling around it, you know the paintbrush is active, and drop it here. And we have the same formatting for both of them. So let's start with the first function. I want to start with the sum function. Now, what is sum? Sum is an Excel predefined function. It's a predefined function in Excel. It calculates the total of a range of numbers. Now, instead of us doing this plus this plus this plus this plus this, we just use the sum function and we select the entire range. Let's quickly just write some numbers that we're going to work with. Let's write 8, 6, 16, 12, 10, 19, 30, 5, 4. Okay, let's work with this. So let's use the sum function. We're going to use it in three ways to do. So equals to sum. Use your tab key to call it in. Then next, it asks you number one, number two. Like select the range of number you want. We're going to select this entire range and click on enter. And we have 110, the sum of this entire range. Next, let's sum just a particular row. Sum. Let's sum this. And we have 57 equals to sum this, and we have 39. So that's how sum works. So next, let's look for the average. Average is also a predefined Excel function. It calculates the average of a range of number two. So same way equals to average, and this is what we want down here. Use your tab key to call it in. Let's select the average for this entire, and we have 12.222. Okay, next equals to same average. Let's select the average for this range, and we have 19 equals to average again. Let's select the average for this, and we have 13. Okay, so number three function we want to look at is the round. Round is also a predefined Excel function. It rounds a number to a specific number of digits. One decimal point, two decimal points, three decimal points, and so on. So round. So equals to round. Now let's get the round of this digit. So the round is set round number. So what number do you want to round up? And is this. It now has what number of digit do you want? So let's round up to a decimal place first. So comma, and I'll write what? 1. And this is 12.2. So let's round up to two decimal places. So equals to round. Click on the number you want to round. Two decimal. And we have 12.22. What of if we don't want any decimal point? So you just do this equals to round. Select this and just input 0. And we have this. So that's round. So next, let's look for the max, the mean. We know what max is. Max is the highest number in a series, while mean is the lowest number. So number 4, we have max. So equals to max. Let's find the max of this series. We know it's 30, but let's just find it. And it's 30. What about the mean? So number 5, mean. So equals to mean. We know the mean is 4, but let's still find it. And this is 4. So let's do something else. Let's write this. Let's just write this. So let's have a column for first name, last name, and let's have maths. Let's have English. Let's have biology. Okay, I think that's this. Let's just make this have some colors. Let's use this. So first name, let me use my name first, Mary or Gemma. Let's use Alex. Sorry, Mary then, or Gemma should be the last name. Mary, and this should be Gemma. Let's just input the scores immediately. Let's write 10 here. Let's leave English blank and put 5 in biology. Let's go to the next name. Alex Uche. Okay, let's give 12 for English, 12 for maths, let's say 20 for English, and let's say 10 biology. Let's write 12 here. Let's write 8. And let's write 6. So let's give a name. Um, Okoro Adamu. Let's just mix names together. And this should be, let's say Sandra Olu. Let's give this 5. Let's give this 2. Let's give this 4. Okay, I think this is okay. So the next formula we want to look at is the count formula. Count. Now, what is count? Count is also a predefined Excel function. Now, count is used to count how many cells that contains number. Now, emphasis on the word number. Now, if a cell contains number, the count formula will count that cell. But if it contains alphabet or if it's blank, the count formula will jump it. So let's just count manually ourselves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 19. 19 plus 4 is 24. So we have a total number here of 24. So let's count. Now I said count what? Just cells that contain number. So equals to count. Use your tab key to call it in, and let's select this entire table or range. Now it gave us 11. So it counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It left every other one. So the next formula we want to look at is the count A. It's also a predefined Excel function. Now what does count A do? Count A is used to count the number of cells within a range. Now, if its alphabet that is in the cell is going to count it, so long as the cell is not empty, count A will count it. So let's do it. Count A. Use your tab key to call it in. Let's select this entire range. Enter, and it gave us 24. Minusing this, it didn't count the blank cell, it left the blank cell, but it counted every other cell that was not empty. Now let's look at count blank. As the name implies, blank. Count blank only counts blank cells. So long as the cell is empty, it will count it. But there is something in the cell, it's not going to count it. So equals to count blank, and we go down, use your tab key to call it in. Now let's select this entire rows and click on what? Enter. And we have 1. Because actually we have just a cell that is blank. The others are filled. So that's what count blank does. So let's go on. Next, we would like to look at concatenate. Let's say concate. Let's use concate. Now, what does concate do? is also a predefined function. Now, concate is used to combine multiple text strings into one. We're going to use this as our example. Now we have Mary Ojeme here, right? Mary and Ojeme. So what if we don't want first name or last name? We want to show everything. So let's just copy this table. Let's drag it down here so we can see what is inside. Okay, I think it's okay there. So now we don't want first name or last name. We just want full name. To achieve that, we're going to use concate. So equals to concate. Use your tab key to call it in. Now we said text one. Text one is this, right? So click on it. And we'll put what? A comma. And we'll click on the next one and press enter. Now we have Mary or Jeremy. But there's something here. There's a space between them, as you can see. What if we do this, looking at the formula, but you might not have a space in yours. So if you don't have a space in yours after doing this, we're going to use the same formula, but we'll tell it to give us a space. So we'll use concate. Select text one first. Now we'll put a comma. Open our quotation mark. Put a space. Close the quotation mark. Put a comma. Select this and press enter. Now we can see the space because this space is tiny, but we can see the last space we have between Mary and what or Jemmy. That's what concate does. It adds two into what? One. So next let's look at if function. To do that, just drag this one you've created, drag it down so we can get these names here. So let's give grade. Let's take this down a bit, okay? So let's say we have name here. Okay, over here, let's have score and let's have grade. So I want to use the if function to perform grading. So let's have 49 here. Let's have 90. Let's have 30. And let's have 69. Okay, what do we want to achieve with this? We want to say this, that if a person scores less than 50, then the person has failed. But if a candidate score more than 50, the person has what? Pass. So let's do this here. Let's just write 50 here and come here. So equals to if is a predefined function also. So if function allows you to perform different action based on whether a specific condition is true or what? False. So if, use your tab key to call it in. Next, tap on the score. If the score, what happens to it, is greater than 50, what should happen? Or let's do it this way. If the score is greater than, let's use equals 50, let's just put the 50, what should happen? Then the person has what? Pass. So quotation mark and put pass. Close your quotation. Else, what should happen? Comma. Then the person has what? Fail. Close your quotation mark and press enter. Now this is fail. Let's drag down and let's see if our formula reflected in the rest. Yes, and we have this. 90 is pass, 30 is fail, 69 is what? Pass. That's how to use your if formula to make what? Decision based on if your action is right or wrong. So let's do this. Let's do something else here. We have 19 as the age for voting. I want to say if, sorry, is your equals to first, equals if this score, right, is greater than what? 18. What should happen? The person is eligible to vote. Let's put it that way. Eligible to vote. Close your quotation. Else, what should the person do? Let's write don't allow. Close your what? Quotation. So 19 is eligible to vote. So let's just say we come here and we change 19 to 12. Don't allow. Are you seeing that? Let's change this 12 to 6. Don't allow. And let's put 21. Eligible to vote. That's how we can use the if error, or sorry, the if formula to make informed decision. So let's do something quickly. Let's do the left function and the right function. So let's write the series. Let's do A, B. Just random numbers just to also achieve what we want to do. So we're going to use the right and the left function. Now, the right function is used to get just a specific data that is at the right hand of a particular word, while left is used to get at the left. So let's say we want to bring out from this word, we want to just bring out only AB. We don't want 5, 6, 4, 3. What do? We use the left function. So equals to left, tab key. Now we said text. What text do you want? This one. Now we said how many number of characters do you want to bring out from the left, comma, and we just want 2. AB is here. What do we do next? We drag. Now let's say we want to bring out 5, 6, 4, 3 from the right. We're going to use the right function. So equals to right, tab key, text, we select this, comma, number of characters. We want to bring out 4 from the right. You click 4, enter, drag down. Now let's say we want to add back this 2. What function do we use? We're going to use concate to do that. So equals to concate, tab, what text? This, comma, this. And we have this back as it was. So that's how to differentiate and also add back